None of these facts will help you on a test, but they sure are fun. Andrew Jackson, the 7th President of the United States, was a man of many quirks and eccentricities. His life was filled with unusual events and peculiar habits that make for some truly fascinating stories. Here are 10 bizarre tidbits about Andrew Jackson that you probably didn't learn in history class. First up, Jackson had a parrot that knew more curse words than a sailor. This parrot, named Poll, was notorious for its foul language, which it picked up from Jackson himself. The bird's colourful vocabulary was so extensive that it had to be removed from Jackson's funeral because it wouldn't stop swearing. And he once fought a duel over a horse race bet. Jackson was known for his fiery temper and willingness to defend his honour at any cost. In 1806, he engaged in a duel with Charles Dickinson, a man who had insulted Jackson and accused him of cheating in a horse race. Jackson was shot in the chest but managed to stay standing and ultimately killed Dickinson with a single shot. Next, he survived the first ever assassination attempt on a US president. In 1835, a man named Richard Lawrence attempted to shoot Jackson as he was leaving a funeral. Miraculously, both of Lawrence's pistols misfired, and Jackson, undeterred, proceeded to beat his would-be assassin with his cane. The gun misfired twice. Experts later determined that the odds of both pistols misfiring were incredibly slim, making Jackson's survival all the more remarkable. Number 4, he hosted the wildest inauguration party, turning the White House into a giant kegger. Jackson's inauguration in 1829 was marked by a massive celebration that quickly got out of hand. Thousands of supporters flooded the White House, drinking, dancing, and causing chaos. The party became so rowdy that Jackson had to escape through a window to avoid the crowd. Jackson also had a bullet lodged near his heart for most of his life. Ouch! This bullet was a souvenir from his duel with Charles Dickinson. Doctors deemed it too risky to remove, so Jackson carried it with him for the rest of his days, a constant reminder of his brush with death. 6th, he was known as Old Hickory because he was as tough as, you guessed it, hickory wood. Jackson earned this nickname from his soldiers during the War of 1812, who admired his resilience and unwavering determination. The name stuck, and Jackson embraced it as a symbol of his strength and tenacity. He also adopted a Native American boy during the Creek War. After the Battle of Tallushatchee in 1813, Jackson found a young Creek boy named Lincoya among the dead. Moved by the child's plight, Jackson took him in and raised him as his own son, providing him with an education and a place in his family. Fact 8. Jackson hated paper money and only trusted gold and silver. As president, he made it his mission to dismantle the Second Bank of the United States, which he believed wielded too much power and favored the wealthy elite. Jackson's distrust of paper currency led him to advocate for a monetary system based on hard assets like gold and silver. And he had a giant block of cheese in the White House for visitors to snack on. This one, 400-pound block of cheese, was a gift from a New York dairy farmer and became a symbol of Jackson's populist approach to politics. He invited the public to the White House to partake in the cheese, fostering a sense of community and accessibility. Finally, Andrew Jackson is on the $20 bill despite wanting to abolish the National Bank. It's a bit ironic that a man who despised centralized banking and paper money would end up being immortalized on one of the most widely circulated bills in the United States. So, how's that for strange? Andrew Jackson's life was a tapestry of contradictions and curiosities, making him one of the most intriguing figures in American history. Stay curious, history buffs. There's always more to learn about the fascinating characters who shaped our past.